Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with the Times. I'm here today at the Computer History Museum in Silicon Valley and talking to Maher Matta, who's the president of Infineon Americas. Maher, hello.
Hello, Nitin. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Tell me a little bit about OktoberTech. It's been going for about 8 years. Well, this is 8 years, actually.
This is our 8th one, yeah. I mean, we started this 8 years ago here in Silicon Valley because we recognized we wanted to do a couple of things. One, at the time, Infineon was not very well known in the Valley, which surprised me when I joined the company. But we also wanted a forum to have companies, customers, partners talk and collaborate with us about what are their challenges and how Infineon Innovations can address them. So we started small, a couple of hundred people the first year.
Yeah.
This year, I think we're over 600. So
not bad.
It's
I mean,
growing.
it's been busy. I mean, I think you said 80 or 90 exhibits.
We're at 92 to be precise, I think.
Okay.
So that's also expanded. People love demos, so they want to see what we have to offer.
So you know what, I get press releases, I get briefings, but I walked around and saw maybe at least half of the demos today, and it does put a lot of reality to what you see on paper.
Yeah, looking at it on a data sheet versus actually seeing it live, big difference. So that's what we want.
I think one of the things I'm seeing is, with the demos, you give very high-level descriptions, and then you go down into what chips are being used and stuff like that.
They're primarily organized by mobility, energy, and IoT. So those are our high-level taglines. Yeah. And then, depending on the area, we subdivide those into smaller groups.
Okay. And what's the highlight for you? I mean, I know you don't want to pick favorites, but I guess there are some things which you thought, this is really amazing. I need to tell the world.
That's true. I mean, I would say, since I mentioned the three areas, maybe I pick one from each of those segments. So on energy, I have to go with AI. Come on. I mean, this year, AI has been obviously a big topic. We power AI. For us, that's a main area of focus. One of the demos here, hopefully you've had a chance to see it, talks about the vertical power delivery.
Yeah, we saw that in Munich as well recently.
Yeah, okay.
As well.
So for us, if we can figure out a way to power AI efficiently, make it cooler to run, more efficient to run, have a smaller carbon footprint, lower cost of ownership, that's a big thing. So I would say that's one of the more popular demos.
Yeah.
On mobility, one of the things I really like, especially being an EV owner, is trying to figure out how long is the battery life going to last?
I think I saw the state of charge demo and the battery health.
Exactly. Yeah. So that one is very good. Good. You have done the tour, yes. So that particular one I really like, beyond just showing the state of charge, the projected lifespan. If you supercharge every day versus you plug it at home with a lower charge.
So I think when I spoke to the lady who was doing the demo, she was saying you're using data from that batch of batteries, so it's actually quite an interesting way of doing that.
It's based on your own battery, and so that's pretty cool. I think more people will adopt that, especially if we can ultimately get it down to the single cell. So instead of changing the whole car pack, eventually, hopefully, we can just replace that one cell that is misbehaving.
Right, and your third?
The third is IoT. IoT, I mean, look, IoT is such a big thing. The one I would probably pick out is the induction cooktop. It's got over 16 of our products in there.
17, I thought.
17, okay. Boy, he's been paying attention.
I saw the demo.
Okay, very good. So it's got, obviously, the microphone, the capacitive touch sense, which came from Cypress, Wi-Fi to connectivity. I just got an induction cooktop, so I kind of gravitated towards that.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
One of the presentations we had from your team earlier was on the new Pacer Green and the coil on the antenna coil on the module. That's supposed to be quite an interesting one in that area as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I love about Infineon. We really try to add value from the innovation side. We're not typically your low-cost provider. The way we add value is by giving you something that saves you cost by integrating the antenna or what have you. So yes.
Now, the big news from Infineon recently was the 8-inch GaN. When we were in Munich, Adam White was talking about how much of an achievement it was, and at some point get to price parity with silicon for certain circumstances. But he was flying straight away to Silicon Valley. He said the big customers want to talk to you.
Yes.
What's the kind of traction you've been getting for that here, and what do you see happening with that?
No, I mean, GaN for sure is a very exciting area for us. And in the US, if I look at it from a US perspective, a lot of the applications that are key in the US could use GaN and benefit from GaN's higher density, faster switching speeds.
Yeah.
So the typical applications, adapters for sure, kind of consumer electronics for sure, but more newer applications like bidirectional switching, GaN switch, allows you to have a solar energy storage in your home at a relatively low cost point where you can connect to the grid, connect the battery when it's charging. If you have to go off grid, using GaN to connect the battery to your home and disconnecting from the grid, that's a big one. Another one that is gaining traction is onboard chargers for vehicles. It's much smaller, compact footprint, lighter vehicle at cost parity. So for sure, GaN has a big play in the US, and the fact that the 300 millimeter gives the customer now the option to benefit from GaN without the extra expense in the future is a big deal.
One of the interesting presentations on that actually was the DG Matrix presentation in the keynote.
Yes.
An extension of what you were just talking about in terms of the grid and connecting lots of different sources.
The smart partitioning, yes. Yeah, smart partitioning and energy storage for sure does benefit from these wide bandgap materials.
Okay. Let's turn to a little bit about your role for the Americas. I think you have about 5,000 people here, responsibility.
Yes.
What's been the big thing for you in terms of the trends, what's happening in this market? I know the US is a big market for Infineon, and one of the things you're trying to do is make sure that brand is well known.
Yes.
But what are you seeing in terms of achievements, in terms of whether you're getting there and what kind of challenges you have?
No, I mean, the US is very important for Infineon for a variety of reasons. One, you mentioned we have 5,000 people. The 5,000 people came in from 3 major acquisitions. Infineon has invested close to $10 billion over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
We've grown our team here from 500 to about 5,000 now,
right,
between Mexico, US, and Canada. So for sure we have 4 business lines which are driving innovation in the US, so a very important R&D hub for Infineon here in the US because of these acquisitions.
Here in Silicon Valley?
Most of them are in here. We have some in LA as well, and also now with the GaN systems, a fairly large R&D team in Canada as well. So yeah, from that side, R&D in the US, large number of employees in the US, so that's one positive. The other piece is the market size, right? If you look at the customers, the innovators we are in Silicon Valley. You can drive around with a 10-mile radius and hit the who's who of the mega trends and who's making impact in the world.
Well, I've had the idea of doing carpool karaoke here and seeing all the names.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's we're very fortunate. So because of that, the U.S. is very important, and it's not just in Silicon Valley. On the East Coast, also we see some very big names as well. So if we want to grow, the U.S. has to be part of the story. So part of the measure for success is our traction in the U.S. in these key applications at these key customers. So we look at it both ways. What innovations can these acquisitions generate for the bigger mothership of Infineon?
Yeah.
And as a go-to-market region, what can we do to contribute to making difference in these key applications at these key customers?
Okay, well, Maher, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.